It's time for a stroll at Disney Springs. Hi everyone, it's Herb from World of Walt, and welcome to another live broadcast from the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. It is a sunny Saturday morning, and we are going to go for a stroll around Disney Springs, see what's going on. Thank you for joining me. Susan, good morning to you. Nice to see you on YouTube, as always. Elkis and Keith, good morning to you. It's a quiet start to the day here at Disney Springs, which makes sense. A lot of things are not open or are just opening right now. A lot of folks are on their vacation, sleeping in, or headed to the parks. But today we are going to stroll the Springs. Julia, hello to you in Colorado. Carol Ann, Lori, Beverly, good morning to all of you. Thank you for being here. I see a lot of folks here today with these bright yellow Lego bags. I'm wondering if there's some special event or offering going on. If anybody knows the deal behind Lego, let me know. Maybe it's just the usual deal. Donna and Marie, good morning. Hi Rudy, hi Barbie. Good to see you. Janet in sunny Ohio, hope you're having a good day. It's a very pleasant day here today. It is 85 on the way up to 89, which August in Florida, a high of 89, I would call that a winner. Dawn, hello to you. Sandy, good morning. Over here to our left is the Love Pop store. Sometimes it's fun to stop in and check out the different cards that they have for sale. Each one is really like a little work of art. Super Dry on the left. Janet in Connecticut. William, hello to you from the Brambles. So over here to our right is the Uno something store and a Kendra Scott and Fabletics store. I think one of these might be new, maybe the Kendra Scott. Keith said some Legos are 30% off. Ah, that explains it. Legos are not cheap. Janet says loves Disney Springs when it's not so crowded. Robert says, how about a shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club? Robert, I love your thinking and you win the award today, which is my undying appreciation for prompting what is yet another in a long lineage of shameless plugs for the Pin of the Month Club. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. James, good morning to you on YouTube. Arlene, Tanya, birthday Tuesday. This is pre-birthday enjoyment. Happy birthday to you. Hope your upcoming year is a great one. Monty, hello to you in Michigan. Countdown to December. Hope you have a great upcoming trip. Good time of the year to be here. Carol Ann says Disney Springs is a great walk. I agree.
Which is weird, that you know what I mean?
Bruce says, I always go into Vera Bradley and look at the new designs. Seems to be a popular spot for sure. In my mind, it's pricey, but I don't know. I don't shop there. Ellen in New Jersey recommends a countdown calendar. Thank you for that. Magical Countdown Calendar was a paper-based countdown calendar spawned from the prolific mind of Topher that allowed you to count down the number of days till your next trip up to 365. We've actually closed out the countdown calendar project, but thanks to everyone who participated. Glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Linda says 12 years totally changed. Yes, especially, well, so many things have totally changed, but Disney Springs in particular looks like a completely different place than it did 12 years ago. Heather asked if I've got my Halloween party tickets yet. I do not. I haven't really decided if I'm going to go. I don't go on Halloween day because it's expensive and it's packed, even though I'm sure it's a lot of fun. The next alternative would be to go on the first day, but I think that is also sold out. And everybody with a social media presence is going to be there. So I'm not sure. Wow, these flowers in this covered area are doing great. They look good. Nice job to the folks in Disney horticulture. Ed says, if a friend is staying at Pop Century and I want to go to the hotel, will I be able to? I do not think that you will any longer be able to jump on a bus at Disney Springs and go to Pop Century to visit your friend if you yourself do not are not staying in a Disney resort. And that's a recent change, how Disney put together some new rules to verify people have a resort stay before getting on a resort bus. If anyone knows different or exception, let me know. Tanya says those flowers always look beautiful. They're very nice. Dolores, hello to you in Niagara Falls, Canada. Andrea in balmy New York. Carol's got 94 days to go. So I'd love to know if your weather where you are is warmer or cooler than what we have here at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. 85 right now, on the way up to 89, which I know 89 is still not like winter time, but I'm surprised that it's not in the 90s. That's kind of crazy. Let me know how the weather's shaping up in your neck of the woods. Janine, hello to you. Susan has 86. Makes sense. A couple degrees warmer than where we are. Michelle, good morning in Western New York. He says 87 and partly cloudy in Maryland. So, summertime, Maryland, you're within 2 degrees of us here in Florida. I don't know. Todd says, have I gone to Gideon's, or maybe it was Tanya, I'm sorry, I missed the name, it scrolled by too fast. Ask if I have been to Gideon's Bakery. Yes, too many times, more than I care to admit. I love Gideon's. The chocolate chip cookies are honestly one of my favorite food products to eat. I think they're just extraordinary. I don't like waiting in line an hour to get it though. So I may just have to swing by there after the broadcast, see if there's a reasonable line. The new Ravens Savory store by Gideon's is getting ready to open, or maybe it's opened already. Janet, good morning to you in South Carolina. Just hope to get to Disney soon. I hope you get to go as well. Pam, 62 Fahrenheit in West UK. Wow, that's chilly by Florida standards. Janine, 82, but feels like 95 in Flushing. Chris, have I tried the Boathouse? Yes, I have been to the Boathouse a couple times. It is super good. Highly recommend it. Great service, great food, fun environment. I'm a big fan. A little on the pricey side, but that falls into the you get what you pay for category. Tina, 68 in Iowa. Okay. Sandy's got 67. Sue, 79. Donna has 66 degrees in Chicago. Okay, I guess my whole concept of what summer heat is has been reset to Florida standards. Because I'm thinking it's not too hot here, but we're almost pushing 90. You can see the Moana live action film is still playing at the AMC Theater here. We'll continue our walk around Disney Springs. It's like someone's already getting a Wetzel pretzel. Which, by the way, is just fun to say. Characters in flight. Balloon, it looks like it has landed. Monica, good morning to you. Rita, good morning. Oh, looks like closed due to weather. It is a bit of a breezy day here today. You can see the balloon is sort of swaying back and forth. All right, we're going to continue our stroll around Disney Springs, make our way into the west side. Go by Splitsville, back down towards the Cirque du Soleil facility. So we get to see level 99, which is now open. Location of the former food trucks off here to the right, which has been transformed into a seating area, as I understand it. I can smell the coffee at Starbucks. My phone is warming up already, making it a bit hard for me to see. So over here to our right is where the food truck park used to be. And now it's just a seating area with a very nice view of the water. Robert said something about Starbucks. I missed it. Ron says, how about a Gideon's cookie, Ron? You're tempting me. I may just have to see if the line's not too crazy after I wrap things up. I may do a little scouting here and walk by Gideon's to see what the wait time looks like, or what the line looks like at least. And Maria, welcome to Disney Springs. He says, needs a Ghirardelli sundae. So the original Ghirardelli location is being refurbished and has temporarily relocated to a different spot here at Disney Springs. That's been a long-time staple. Another great location here at Disney Springs, the Summer House on the Lake. Another spot that I've been to a few times and highly recommend. Great food and a cookie bar. Like, how can you not like that? Splitsville, straight ahead. Surprisingly good food, including sushi. For a bowling alley. Ron says Gideon's is always a good choice. I agree with you. Stalver, hello to you. We'll continue our stroll here around Disney Springs. Brian saying Earl of Sandwich. If you've ever watched me do a live broadcast from Disney Springs, you know that the holiday turkey sandwich is one of my favorites at Earl Sandwich. It is Thanksgiving on a bun. It is a carb explosion, but so good. So good. Tracy says Splitsville is good. Jody said wanted to make a trip over Labor Day. Not going to happen. Hopefully we'll be able to do that again sometime soon. With level 99 now open, Splitsville M&M's drawn to life by Cirque du Soleil here on the west side. There's a lot going on. Sometimes in the past when the NBA experience had closed down, there wasn't as much to draw people to this end of Disney Springs, and now there's certainly a lot more. It's the first time that I've been here on the west side since all the construction came down on level 99. It's looking good. I'm sure that the screens really make an impression at night. Very cool. Looks like we've got some people lined up to go in. Steve says, Southern Oregon looking at the upper 90s. Wow. It'll be a lot hotter there than it is here. Robert said, is it true? Is Disney going to bring back 2D animation? I had not heard about that, but one never knows. It'll be interesting to see. I think one of the latest Pixar offerings, called Gato, if I've got it right, is going to have a very different sort of look than what we're used to seeing in films like Toy Story or Frozen. So it'll be fun to check that out. And I had some great news to share with everyone that I am fortunate enough to have received media credentials to attend D23 in Anaheim, California, coming up here in the middle of August. So I cannot wait to be there and share with you all of the news that Disney releases. So thanks to you, that is possible. It's your being on these broadcasts, liking, commenting, sharing, checking out the newsletter, just participating in all that World of Walt has to offer, especially in the short videos. Thank you for that. It's because you do those things that I have the opportunity to occasionally attend events like that, and I am so much looking forward to it. So it's the weekend of, I think, August 14th and 15th, whatever those days are. So I can't wait. Stay tuned. I will be sharing with you all that Disney releases. Bill says, awesome, looking forward to the broadcast from D23. Thank you so much. Robert says, cool. Michelle says, congratulations. Christine says, enjoy. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, let's continue our stroll here at Disney Springs. Even though I say it's not so hot, my phone sure is warming up and the screen is cooling down. John says, maybe a Disneyland walkabout. Possibly so. Hi, Carol. I have already purchased my tickets to join or to visit Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. Arlene says, awesome. Magical Pixie Dust says, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think of all the things I'm looking forward to about D23, the first one is that I've never been to the event in California. I have been to the off-year events here in Orlando several times. Always enjoyed them very much. But the one in California every other year is like the big deal. That's where the biggest announcements historically come out. And I'm especially looking forward to the Disney Parks presentation on Saturday evening. I'm fairly certain that's when it is. And that is where historically Disney makes its biggest announcements about its plans for the upcoming couple of years. So I can't wait. I would imagine we'll get some updates on the Tropical Americas, some updates on the new Cars Land at Magic Kingdom. Can't wait. Should be a lot of fun. Marta, hello to you in Ohio. Eugene says 70 and rain in Cincinnati. Cincinnati holds a special place in my heart since I am a Bearcat, a graduate of the university there. Looks like the frozen drink machines at Splitsville are hard at work creating their colorful concoctions. Jody says, very cool, have fun. Heather says, what updates am I hoping for? That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that. That's a really interesting point.
You can't get reservations.
I'm wondering if Disney's going to talk about the things that come after what we already know about. So I would expect updates on Piston Peak, the new Cars Land at Magic Kingdom. I would expect updates on Tropical Americas. I would expect updates on the new Monsters Inc. land at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We know all of those things are in progress right now. There's shovels in the dirt, concrete being poured, and those things are going to open over the next few years. We'll probably get to learn a lot more about the details of them. But I'm hoping that they might share with us a little bit about what comes after that. Disney's already spending billions to improve the parks, and I'm sure they have plans for more than just the next 2 or 3 years, although plans that far out can change. So I hope we might learn a bit more. One other thing I'm interested about is, are there going to be some new excitement, some new offerings for the Disney Cruise Line? So it was at a previous D23 that Disney announced the tremendous expansion of the Disney Cruise Line with a number of different ships which have come online over the years. And I'm wondering, is the cruise line going to continue expanding? Are they going to take a while to digest all that's being built right now? So those are things I'm wondering about. Great question. Can't wait to see what we end up with. think, even though it might be a little weird, I'm going to take a quick pop into Starbucks here. Not because I'm going to get something to drink while I'm talking, but because my phone needs to cool off. Thank you. Air conditioning. Tanya says that's a lot past the Coke store that I missed. Yeah, there hasn't been as much of a reason to head down to the west side before the opening. Peggy says, it's time for a shameless plug, Peggy. Thank you. You win the award. My undying appreciation. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. This Starbucks is hopping. Harvey says, loves the tiger mural. It's a good one. Definitely a good one. All right, I guess I got a little dose of air conditioning. Judy also said, awesome mural. Very peaceful here on the water side. It's nice that this is a area that guests can stroll down. Al, good morning to you. Wife and daughter in the Magic Kingdom. It's great. I hope they're having a good time. Hope they bring back something for you. Oh, Characters in Flight has taken off. I guess whatever weather issue was going on before is addressed. Hopefully you're seeing the balloon. I can't see my screen, but it's up there. Linda, good morning to you in Pennsylvania. Hello, Ron. Donna said, did the balloon once, thought it was really cool. You know, that's one of those things I have not done yet. There's plenty always being added and changed here in the world of Disney. One of these days I'm going to have to check that out. All right, we're going to continue our stroll around Disney Springs. I think I'll go up and over the bridge, but then cut over to the right a little bit, just so I can see what the line looks like for Gideon's. Frank, hello to you. Robert says, can I see the balloon from my home? I don't think so. I don't really have well, I've got a lot of mature trees in the area surrounding my neighborhood, so it's hard to see things far in the distance. So I normally don't see anything regarding Disney from where I live. I do occasionally hear things from Disney from where I live. If the wind is just right, there's not too much traffic on the highway between me and the parks, I can sometimes hear the boom of the fireworks very faintly. All right, over here we have STK, the modern take on a steakhouse. Ron says Gideon's, yes. Mary Martin coming in November. Excellent. I hope you have a good upcoming trip. Nice view here of Planet Hollywood. Lots of rushing water sounds. Alan, 79, and Buffalo going up to 88. Okay, we just only have you beat by 1 degree. Sandy says, I'd love to live that close to Disney. It's a blessing. I'm very, very thankful. Hi, Carol Ann. Bill says, enjoy Enzo's Hideaway. Me too. I've been there several times, including for media invitations, and it's great. I mean, it's a hidden little gem. I mean, it's a hideaway, so I guess by definition it's hidden. Food is good, service is good, atmosphere is fun. Highly recommend it. Speaking of which, here's some menu highlights for Enzo's Hideaway. Calamari, prosciutto, got a salad, cured meats and artisan cheeses. How good does that look? Things like spaghetti, salmon, some rice sorts of products. Good stuff. Yeah, if you have not been to Enzo's Hideaway, which, by the way, is right behind me, you can kind of see the sign, I'd recommend it. It's worth checking out. All right, we continue our extended stroll here at Disney Springs. Bonnie says, wishes she were here. Lisa says, loves Enzo's Hideaway. We got some Enzo's fans. Coming up on the right is Chef Art Smith's Homecoming. Actually, another one of the spots I have not been to yet. If you've been to Chef Art's, let me know what you think. Also, straight ahead on the left is Morimoto Asia, which I have been to many times. Good stuff. Very nice service experience. Beautiful interior. Some of the finest southern cocktails you have ever sipped. John, hello to you. Hello, Jen. Buster is a fan of Raglan Road, given the number of exclamation points in his comment. Also a fun place, been there several times. Love the entertainment. Incredibly talented and athletic performers doing traditional Irish dances. In my mind, I would call that a clog dance. I don't know if that's really what it is, but they know how to stomp their feet. Okay, so I can see by looking off to the left that the line for Gideon's is pretty far. That's a line. That's at least a half hour, I'd say. That's the line for a cookie right there. Some of the best cookies anywhere, but that's a line. I have in the past actually driven to the original Gideon's location, which is far from where I live, to buy cookies and do it more quickly than coming here to the location, which is practically in my backyard, which is kind of crazy. So we can see the temporary location for Ghirardelli. Actually, nice signage there. Spent a little bit of money to put that sign up. So this is the former cupcake place, the former very temporary milkshake place. Now it is the temporary home for Ghirardelli while their permanent home over by the World of Disney store gets remodeled. Iona says, been to Chef Art's. It was good. Keith is a Ghirardelli fan. Says, such good sundaes. I agree. Their chocolate and their chocolate ice cream, their peppermint, so good. Susan says she ate there. Sue says likes the location. All right, let's continue on. Jody said, we'd love to be walking through Disney Springs today. Glad to bring you along, give you a little bit of Disney fun if you can't be here. The fish and chips spot here, very good stuff. Donna says, glad to hear about Ghirardelli. Iona, hello too. Allergic to onions, oh no. Troy, good morning to you. Sue says the fish and chips are good. I agree. Directly in front of us is Paddlefish. Been there myself. Enjoyed it very much. Great seafood. To the best of my knowledge, the great paddlefish caper was never solved, where someone came in scuba diving gear, broke into the office, stole some money, seemed to know what they were doing because I think they used spray paint to block out the cameras. And I don't believe they ever caught that person. I think they basically got away with stealing. If anyone knows of an update beyond that, you can let me know. T-Rex over here on our right. Popular spot. A little rowdy, but fun. Robert said an inside job. That's certainly what it feels like to me. For someone to know the back of house layout so much, it does sound to me like somebody who has some sort of connection to the organization took advantage of it. See 100 more days. Robert says splits the chicken and ribs. Good idea. So you can see the line is pretty extensive waiting to get into the Lego store. A lot of folks there lined up, plus some nice flowers. Ed says, propose the question, as long as someone you're staying with at a Disney hotel has a reservation, can you go back to the hotel with them? So I would think if your name is also on the reservation, you would be able to get on the bus. I would think so. But, you know, rules change, and it's a fairly new process, so I would speak to someone at Disney. But if your name is on the reservation, I would be fairly certain that you're good. All right, we continue our stroll around Disney Springs, the source of inspiration. We'll walk past the Rainforest Cafe. Maybe we'll peek into Goofy's Candy Company, the Disney Day Christmas store. We might check out the co-op and the World of Disney. I don't think any trip to Disney Springs would be complete without at least a little bit of Guess That Price, where I find some Disney merchandise, ask you what you think the price is, and then reveal the real price, which is kind of fun. Connie, hello to you. Crown City, Ohio. Ruth says, loves the background music. That is something that Disney always does especially well, really everywhere. In the parks, at Disney Springs, on the cruise ships, there's a soundtrack to your experience. That's pretty amazing. Hello, Carla. It's like the Lava Lounge has opened up, or is in the process of opening up. Like they have quite a set of offerings behind the bar. Peggy, hello to you. Donna says, love how peaceful the stroll is. It is nice. Not so many people packed in here yet. Saturday evening is going to be a very different story. But early Saturday morning, we got some room to move.
She's blessed.
Let's make our way over towards Goofy's Candy Company.
I remember going to the Lava Lounge.
I always have this unproved theory that when you walk into Goofy's Candy Company, you inhale at least 100 calories with all the sugar in the air. Alright, looks like Rainforest Cafe not quite open yet for business. Well, maybe so. Just that door is not open. Wow, check this out. Now popping Orange Bird Popcorn, orange citrus flavored candy popcorn with mini marshmallows, fruity candy bits, white chocolatey drizzle, and orange candy slices. Wow, that sounds pretty amazing. Mary Martin says, loves the marketplace. Ruth says, loves finding the 12 days of Christmas at the Christmas shop. That is a lot of fun. I agree. All right, let's make our way in. Plenty of candy choices here. Gummy Disney characters, $7.50. The prices are pretty prominently displayed here, so I won't do a guess that price. Tanya says, sounds delicious. Robert, we are near Pin Central. Heather says, loves Orange Bird, but that's a lot of flavors. A lot of stuff going on there. Some sour balls here. Tanya says, 89 with tip at the Rainforest Cafe. It was just burgers and fries. You are definitely paying for the experience there. Some Mary Poppins music. Ronnie says, loves the quesadillas. We do have a pretty empty shop here. People's sweet tooths have not kicked in yet. It's very fun to check out all of the jelly bean flavors. A&W cream soda, buttered popcorn, soured mints, sour mix, soda, some M&Ms. These Banana-Rama candies, Rascals, great sour candies. All right, let's continue on. We're gonna make our way top. You're welcome. Sounds like the volcano is getting ready to erupt. Okay, Merry Christmas, everyone. Tanya says, place looks so cool, just don't have the not so nicely colored jelly beans. All right, we can play a guess the price for this. This is a Disney themed Christmas ornament, 2026 with Mickey on top. Let me know what you think this Christmas ornament costs. It is made out of, feels more like plastic than glass, so it'll probably survive the trip home a little bit easier. Let me know what you think the price is. Mitchell says, the Christmas store, exclamation point. Carol Ann, we are going to play guess the price. Kelly, 16, Paula, 30, Susan, 20, Carol Ann, 26, Carla, 29. Kimberly's a fan of the Disney Days of Christmas. I'm getting 25s, getting 13s, some 25s. Janet's got a 29, Donna's a 19. Okay, so the price tag on the back is actually $34.99. But I do see a sign up here that it's up for sale. So, dated 2026 corporate head ornament, $20 plus tax. So, original retail $35, but today you can get it for $20. I would think that since it's 2026, I don't know, maybe because the year is half over, they're trying to move them. Let's continue on finding something that is not so 2026 focused. Susan won. Good job, Susan. Don wants me to pick one up for him. All right, so this is interesting. They got a lot of these. So this is a Christmas ornament. Looks like toy soldiers with a little Mickey dangler hanging off the bottom. Sue says got one at May at the same price. That's good. I'm glad you got the deal. Buster says need a large tree for that ornament. That's true. That is a very chunky ornament. So let me know your guess on the price for this set of toy soldiers. Iona is saying 25, Robert 15, Carla 25. Got Paula at 23, Alice at 15, Susan at 20, Barbie 25. Okay, price of this ornament, $22.99. $22.99. Most people were in the ballpark on that one. We'll continue our stroll. Maybe we'll do one more guess the price here before we continue on. Most wonderful time of the year. Fun to hear Christmas. This one has caught my eye. This is a Chippendale. What are they doing? I guess they're coming out of a stocking with some nuts that's in it. Krista says loves the store of this ornament. Feels like it's plastic, although I'm sure that there's a better word for that. Susan's guessing 25. Carla is 20. Barbara says it's cute. Sue says it's adorable. Robert 17. It's some 20s from Linda. 22s from Ronnie. 22 from Carol. Janet's 35. Sandy says she likes it. Bruce, $20. This price on YouTube was a 30, I believe. Heather says 40. Tanya 17. We're getting prices all over the board, but the actual retail price of this Chip and Dale Christmas ornament is $26.99. $26.99. Seems like it's more than most of the guesses, but a few people have guessed a little higher, so that's how she goes. All right, let us continue our tour of Disney Springs. Now that I enjoyed a little bit of the coolness of Christmas time at the Disney Days of Christmas store. Paula says, wishes she were here shopping. Happy to bring you some Disney fun if you can't be here yourself. Carla said acrylic. Much better name than plastic, yes. All right, we got about 15 minutes to go on the broadcast, assuming my phone does not catch on fire. So we'll make our way over towards the World of Disney store. It's actually been a minute since I've been in there. Always fun to check out. Sherry says mugs are going up top. Sandra, countdown is on, 125 days to go. Hope your upcoming trip is a good one. Missy says, not getting the comments. Just as a reboot of your computer is often a fix for issues that you have, jumping out of the Facebook Live and jumping back in again often solves many ills. So if you're having some problems with sound or video or with the ability to see comments, that's my typical first recommendation. And sometimes Facebook is just persnickety. All right, Earl of Sandwich straight ahead. The holiday turkey sandwich is calling my name. Donna says, Earl of Sandwich is yummy. Sue says, thanks for the walk. You are very welcome. Once Upon a Toy to our left. The pin trading shop on our right. Oh, the days and dollars I have spent in that store. You can see straight ahead that the original, currently under construction location for Ghirardelli is behind construction walls, while the temporary location is open that we saw, the former cupcake spot, not too far from Gideon's, kind of across the way from the Raglan Road location. Missy says, goofy movie music, say that 10 times fast. Actually, at the previous Orlando-based D23 event, I had my first opportunity to see the Goofy movie. It was good. I was pleasantly surprised. I don't know how I missed it in its original release and probably its presentation in all the years since. But if you have not seen the Goofy movie, I would recommend it. It's actually got a very good story line about father-son relationships and just telling the truth, idols in the entertainment world, lots of good lessons there. Oh, they definitely brought out the big images here. Visit our temporary location in Town Center, reopening in 2027. Now, I would imagine they are taking the opportunity to fully gut this location and refresh it significantly. World of Disney straight ahead. We're going to go right in there, play a few more rounds of Guess That Price. Waterside stage over to the right. Often has fun presentations in the evening. Lots of groups from all over the U.S. The air conditioning is working. Keith says we're just at the Ghirardelli original location in March. Glad you had a chance to see it in its original or current state before it undergoes its transformation. Oh, kind of fun. So the folks here who dressed the store have still got the red, white, and blue semi-quincentennial design here. Very fun. Jody said no more Stitch on the building. Interesting. I think the photo I posted still had the Stitch. Peggy says Rum Runner and Mai Tai, two favorites. Good choices. Mary Martin says always busy in here. You're right. Seems like whatever the time of day, there's a lot of folks here. All right, so here's a good candidate for Guess the Price. Let me see if there is a price available on here. And there is not. Let me see if that was a one-off. It comes with an entire instruction book. Okay, so there is a price, so we can play. So we have a Mickey sitting in a Haunted Mansion dune buggy along with one of the hitchhiking ghosts. Feels substantial. It's pretty heavy. Looks like it may have some light up component to it on the bottom. So, your turn to guess the price of this collectible. The price tag says it is a signature collectible mini figurine. All right, Krista says 55, Ruth says 35, Janine says 50. Robert says 50. Beverly says 40. Magical Pixie Dust on YouTube gives it a 40. Carrie gives it a 60. Bruce a 35. It does look fun. I would like to light it up, but I also don't want to kill the battery on somebody's future purchase. All right, the price of this signature collectible is $24.99. Excuse me, $44.99. $44.99. All right, let's continue. The air conditioning feels mighty good. Jody says, "Ouch! It's pricey." That's a chunk of change for a collectible like that. Robert says, "Loves guess the price." I'm glad that you enjoy it. I enjoy it too. It's always interesting for me to see the differential between what Disney wants to charge, which we all know is going to be a premium price, and what people estimate it would be. Kimberly says something about the layout of the store. Sorry, I missed the comment. Flew by too quickly. A lot of fun details in the store. You can see this orange bird faded mural on the brick work. It's kind of cool. Paula asks what the temperature is today. It is currently, if I can get my watch to cooperate, 86 degrees on the way up to 89. And honestly, 89 for August in Florida, it's not bad for a high. I'm used to lots of 97s and 99s. All right, let's see if we can find one more opportunity for a guess the price before we wrap it up today. All right, so Stitch was missing from the outside of the building, but he is definitely here in full force. So this is a plush Stitch. You can kind of get a sense for the size of him based on my hand. Voyager on YouTube says, "Loves the tours." Thank you so much. Buster says, "See Topher's comments. I missed it. They fly by too quickly." So let me know. Try not to expose the price here and give you all the answer. Your guess on the price of this Stitch plush. Tina is 30, Keith is 35, Arlene 35, Jody 20, Janet 50, Susan's giving it a 35, Sandy a 35, Monica a 45, Karen a 37. All right, you can bring home this Stitch for the low, low price. It's going to be hard to read. $34.99. Actually, a little cheaper than many people were guessing. Disney don't raise the price just because we guess low. Alan says, "Loves the magical walkabouts." Topher says, "Think the observant viewer," and it went by too fast. Topher, I don't know, for some reason Facebook has it against me seeing your comments today. Sorry. By the way, I saw the picture that you posted on Facebook of your nearly newborn nephew with pasted on mustache and eyebrows. And it literally made me laugh out loud. That was funny. All right. I think that's going to about wrap it up for today's visit here at Disney Springs, where we covered a lot of territory. We had a chance to walk all the way down to the west side, see the level 99, the Cirque du Soleil location. We saw the typical long line for Gideon's. Took a little stroll through Goofy's Candy Company, which was oddly empty, but understandable so early in the day. And had a chance to check out some Guess the Price at Here the World of Disney. Paula says, "So much fun." Thank you very much. You're welcome. Susan, Tina, thank you for being here. Linda, I hope that you have a great weekend as well. Thanks to all of you. Again, I cannot wait to share with you the updates coming from D23, and I only get the opportunity to do events like that on occasion because of you. So thank you so much for watching, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. And I am thrilled and excited to be able to go to D23 in Anaheim in the middle of August and share with you all the news that I hear as I am hearing it. So I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend and a great upcoming week. And until next time, God bless.